Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another session of podcast. I wish and I'm sure you will enjoy listening to the Brewers.
I heard you several times mention Virosanam, medicine Virosanam, and the power and the concept behind Virosanam it's almost miraculous from what I understand.
Okay.
We'd like to talk a little bit about that today and tell our viewers about Virosanam, the concept of Virosanam.
Yeah, Virosanam, the word Virosanam means Agaya Vistirippu. That means the extension of the space.
Explosion rather, right?
No.
Extension. Okay.
The existing space.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot expand the space. Every cell has empty space inside.
Right. The ether. That space?
There are space where Vayu is there. Unless there is a space here, we can sit down here.
Right.
Okay? Like that, there are empty space are there where Vayu has to sit down. The inflammatory part goes and fills it.
Okay.
So you get loaded. Correct?
Right, yeah.
So the empty space is what is Agayam. So get back the Agayam. The word Virosanam means.
Right. Reclaim the Agayam.
Yeah. The first and prime most is the Jupiter is the biggest planet on the solar system.
Right.
So he is the master of all odds. Right? It is according to the science of astrology. The liver is the biggest organ in the body. It is the Jupiter of the body. It weighs close to 3.5 to 4 kilos. It is the master of all odds. It does all the works in the world for us. So far, modern science have found it is doing more than 500 different actions. And they believe fear more is happening there inside. Your T27 growth organ is also inside only.
Right.
So, because it's doing so much, the inflammatory load is so high, accumulated all the time. So, how am I to release it? The first step of Tamil medicine is Virosanam.
So you create the space again.
No, remove the inflammatory.
Remove the inflammation.
Already, then the space sets in back again. It was there before.
Right.
It's been occupied. Now the occupation is removed, the inflammation is removed, and it has come back again. So the function of the organ becomes better.
Right.
Liver is the basis for many diseases. Almost 90% of the diseases for which liver is the cause. Because he is inflamed all the time.
Because the load of the entire
Virosanam is the
body
one which releases. So if you take anatomy, liver has a connection, major connection called portal vein to the intestines. So whatever you eat gets into the stomach, get crushed into the pulp and goes through the Z canal, through the duodenal to the intestine, the lumen of the intestine, the glands absorbs whatever the nutrient required for the body, the glucose and so many things, which all cannot go into the blood. It all go through the portal vein to the liver.
To the liver.
Only. And liver scans and send it out.
Right.
Okay, so it has a major connection. So when you take the major Virosanam, see, we have all the unwanted inflammatory part of the liver gets discharged through the portal vein. It comes to the intestines as a diarrhea and goes out. Not your electrolytes. Much.
Not the electrolytes.
Yeah, no.
So it's targeted to remove the inflammation specifically
Not
from the
only
liver.
that, the inflammatory part of the other bodies also gets immediately discharged in Virosanam.
So why is it important that we take Virosanam or have this process before we get into any medication?
Unless I am going to release the unwanted inflammation mainly of your liver and other systems in the body, we have specific Virosanam to release the inflammatory part of the uterus, the kidneys, the intestines, the liver, the cardiovascular system, the brain, everything, the nervous system, the neuron cells. We have specific Virosanams. The spinal cord, we have a Virosanam.
Okay.
Targeting spinal cord release of We can even release sometime the cerebrospinal fluid gets inflamed. We can remove that. You have all the joint pains.
Joint pain, huh?
Where the uric acid comes and sits in, as a salt.
Yeah.
Then it attracts inflammatory load there.
Right.
That inflammation cannot be removed by the blood. That causes you pain.
Pain.
Okay? So the synovial membrane cannot produce the fluids, which is the lubricant.
Lubricant for the joints. Yeah.
Yeah, because of this inflammatory accumulation, the frozen shoulders, the arthritis, the rheumatic arthritis. In chikungunya, you get this viral arthritis. Stays for a longer period of time.
Stayed for a long period, yeah.
All those things, how to remove it? Only Virosanam can do. Yeah.
Okay. Beautiful.
Virosanam means to get back the space, remove all the unwanted accumulation. So everything inside the body is in the liquid form, which moves.
Which moves,
or which occupies.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Your cells are the solid components. But all the movements are, including your blood and all the other nutrient, everything moves in the liquid form only. Yeah. This creates, with all our different functions, creates a lot of, like what is edema of the brain? The load of the unwanted water content.
Water content,
which is constantly created due to innumerable, huge number of millions and billions of data transfer which is happening there. How am I to, once it crosses edema, one level, then you're shut down. You're gone. Sometimes when macular is fully exercised with computers all the time working 16, 18 hours, the macular region of the retina gets inflamed. So you can't see properly.
You can't see properly.
That's an edema of the retina. Water accumulation of the retina.
A temporary blindness kind of a...
It is a blurred vision.
Yeah.
It takes quite some time to release. You have no medicines for it. Yeah. So here Virosanam, the highest Virosanam is Agathiyar Magakurambu, which is the only medicine to my knowledge in the world compared to any system of medicines in the world, which can completely detoxify your liver by removing the entire toxic inflammation or any other inflammatory part of the liver accumulated over a span of time.
It will also cleanse the accumulation of toxins because of medication and other things as well.
No, Agathiyar Korambu is a targeted one to the liver, and Agathiyar Korambu has got 360 Anuban, what we have discussed. I can wash the system I want. If I give it with a particular this thing, I will wash the entire acidity accumulation. If I give it with the next Anuban, I can cleanse the kidneys, the intestines, the cardiovascular system. I can go on differing my Anuban with Agathiyar Korambu.
Beautiful. So when you take Virosanam, what exactly happens? So what is it that people can expect on taking Virosanam?
Virosanam is, it makes you first all the toxic part of the liver with respect to gallbladder and other things, the excess bile, everything is there, which cannot go through the portal vein. So you puke. If there are toxins in the body due to a lot of chemical contamination in us, you sweat and remove them.
Okay, so
there will
from
be
different...
profuse sweating will be there.
Okay.
Then the blood will start clearing up according to the Anuban from the different mechanisms of the body for which it is targeted. Along with the liver inflammatory load, it will all go out.
Okay. And finally, what are the different types of, you touched a bit upon it, but if you can speak a little more about the types of Virosanams that are available.
You have many number of scholars have given many number of Virosanams. Some of the Virosanams are, one is Lavana Gunadi Thailam, it's made out of 9 salts, which is very good for uterus health.
Okay.
Or even many things. You have Siddhadi, it's one of the greatest medicine handled by all the scholars, is one of the Virosanam. Agathiyar Magakurambu is one of the Virosanam. It is mercury perchlorate, that Veera Enna is one of the best Virosanam. You have huge number of them.
Okay. So
targeted for specific, only when the Virosanam is given, then only the medicines are administered. The first is Virosanam. Virosanam is the first step of medication to cleanse you first.
Cleanse you first.
For the absorption of the medicine.
Absolutely. Makes so much logical
Otherwise, this inflammatory part of the liver, as the medicine goes to the intestines and then through the portal vein to the liver, will neutralize the medicine.
True.
Because here medicinal load is very small.
Very small, yeah.
Very small. Like all high value medicines are, one rice made into powder. That's the size of the medicine.
Yeah.
That is enough.
Right. They're so potent that
They're so potent, for which, there are certain food components neutralizes these medicine as they come in the blood. Before coming into the blood, the liver can neutralize the medicine because of the toxic inflammatory
toxin already
accumulation.
available. Yeah.
So make sure that all these things are released. Intestines are also detoxified and inflammatory removal there. Absorption of the intestines will be good. Liver will not neutralize the medicine, and the blood can carry it to the targeted area where the medicine is supposed to go. So without Virosanam, Tamil medicine cannot be administered.
Okay. Beautiful.
It's a waste.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Vishaka.
A medicine is just as potent as much as you are able to absorb it, or the body is able to absorb it. And the absorption depends not on the medicine, but on how receptive the certain organ is. And that's where Virosanam plays a huge role. If you take Virosanam before a medicine, or specifically before a Tamil medicine, it increases the quality of absorption of that medicine and helps to better health.
Thank you very much for spending your quality time. Thank you very much for your attention. I wish you enjoyed this session. See you later.